Fake friends. You have to ask yourself what kind of friends you have. You have to ask whether they are really your friends or not. When I was in my high school, I got to share my life with these students that I called friends. But deep inside, I felt that they didn't have my back. I wasn't expecting them to be. And perhaps they might have felt the same way and or the same thing with everybody around them. The truth was, the people that I considered my friends really weren't my friends. And yes, there were one or two that perhaps had got my back, but most of the time, among the in this environment, in this school environment, I was judged by my grades, nothing else. It can be the same thing for you, or it can be that you want to have friends. But one day they feel like your friends, but the next day they talk to you like a stranger. They know you, but deep inside, you know that these people really don't care. And if you try to do something else to improve yourself, they will point that out and make fun of you. They will even spread that thing to make you feel guilty about it. You might also feel during that phase that inkling of what am I doing here? Why am I in a school? You see, the students that you talk to every day in your school, you tell yourself that they are your friends, but then they don't even invite you to their parties. It might be a sleepover, it can be anything. The only moment you have with them is when you guys laughed together at some silly joke or some silly things you might have done in the classroom. And then when you venture from school to college, you face the same things, but in a different way, in a different manner. Everybody wants to be part of some group. Perhaps there's smoking involved, there's drinking involved, and that's your new fun with your so-called friends that you know when you will be in deep trouble, they won't be there for you. And again, if you try to do something else, following that inner voice that has been longing for all this time for you to do something about your life, these friends that you hang out with will point out why you shouldn't do this. They will indirectly or directly tell you to follow that normal path that everybody is following. I want you to define these things, this behavior when you are in a group. Are these friends only around when you are having fun, such as smoking, drinking, or partying? Is this really fun? You have to listen to your internal world that's telling you to get out and start things over again. Either you can be abandoned with that group of friends or you can be abandoned with yourself. Your environment affects you. If you try to act differently, if you try to self improve, sometimes your own people will disregard you. Have you have you heard about this analogy where the crabs are in a bucket? If one wants to be out of that bucket to experience the real world, the other ones pull him in. They don't want that crab to be out and free. The question is, what is friendship to you? The people that you hang out with, do these guys, you know, only hang out with you whenever you all are indulging in some bad habits? Define your terms what it means to have real friends. The real ones grow together, they have your back. Real friends hold each other accountable. Friendship doesn't mean having a lot of friends. If you have only got one or two friends where you guys are growing together, being real with each other, and having a deep conversation about what you want out of this life, that's real brotherhood right there. These types of one or two friends are better than having 100 friends. Understand that. So don't be disappointed if you suck in high school or in college. Listen to what your inner voice says and take action on it. It's better to embrace your journey alone and endure all the hardships now rather than later. This way, you will develop high standards for yourself. You will be more mentally stronger. You will meet people whose journeys will be similar to yours. This will make you feel that you weren't alone after all. So ditch the ones that you know are not your friends, or the ones that you know are indulging you in bad habits. And by saying bad habits, I'm not only talking about smoking or drinking, I'm also talking about consuming too much junk food with your friends. Be on that self improvement journey that you deeply desire, or that you deeply desired ever since you were a kid.